Anyone want to pick music? Okay, so the story right now was that the city's kind of at the middle of what seems to be a civil war in the making. And you guys are going to a tower to investigate a connection that this tower has to the gang leader of the civil war. Hold on, I'm multitasking here. I forgot what your tokens looked like. Let me see. Do you guys see the map now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Indeed.
Okay. Here is rat. Here is pied.
I'll use this one for now until I find a different one.
Okay. Write your names on your tokens.
All right.
You still have the original image of the right, Axel?
The original image.
Because I recall that image there was actually
Oh,
not my rat, but the rat that I stabbed.
the one you killed. Correct.
Yes, the ne'er-do-well.
I still have it. It's just I picked the wrong one because it was right next to it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can understand why. It's like you probably have only two rat tokens, and those are the only two.
Yeah, I had to guess here. Okay. Okay. Just gotta scroll down. Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee.
Tis chefs, Tress chef. The JPEGs. JPEGs. Avatar Chef Boyardee. We call him Chef Boyardee.
Oh yeah.
Okay, no more putting rat tokens next to each other. There we go.
There's the boy.
There's a good boy. Okay. I didn't explain it well, so let me just try this again. Gonna add a music box. And too low-fi. It's way too low-fi. There we go. Okay, so you guys are essentially trying to investigate the connections this tower has to some of the crime syndicate that's occurring around town. Recently, there's been an attempted assassination on what's equivalent to a crime lord in the city, and they're asking you guys to investigate so that you can find out more about where to find the patron of this assassin to try and stop them. Things are a little risky now because Black Runner and Thorin essentially helped arrest one of the mob bosses, so there's a good chance you're both next on the list of people to be killed as a loose end. And as a result, this is your problem as much as it is their problem. So you're both members of Syndicate. Kalo, can you think of a reason why your character might want to visit this Academy Tower at this time?
How well known is this location?
It's pretty big. It is the academic institution of the city.
Yeah, I mean, I could see myself wanting to try and find connections in a place like this.
Okay, cool. So, I will let you go first, Doodle, but I will say that you're ahead of them as they reach the tower, alright?
Okay.
Alright, now, here's what happens as you're reaching the tower, Kalo. As you reach forward, you're seeing a woman here and her student tending towards the garden here. The gardens look like these viney, tentacle-like creatures that are moving and alive, almost like breathing mushrooms. And as you reach closer to them to, get towards the academy entrance, you're noticing that this teacher here is really condescending down to her student, and she's like going, "That's not how you treat them. You can't... Look, if you do not feed them enough nutrients by the end of the day, they will go ravaged and attack anyone who crosses the line here. Do you really want that on your resume? Do you really expect the academy to keep you here if you don't even know how to handle these plants?" And she's just really railing on this little kid, and this kid, he's just like grinding his teeth, really pissed, but he's still doing as he says. Now,
all right,
you can't walk past him, or do you want to talk to him in any way?
Have I ever seen these creatures before? Probably not.
Hold on, let me check something.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah, I was gonna say roll. You're gonna have to roll a history check.
Okay.
Which
it'll just be a straight roll.
Yeah.
Let me see. Are we doing D8 still?
Yes, 2d8.
2d8. Okay. Oh, a 3. Ah, yes. I have no idea. All right. Yeah, I'll walk right up and be like, "Hello there. What are these things?" I'm like really curious.
Okay. Instinctually, you think there's something edible because you've seen them in the soup bowl once, and you can't help but notice the similarities there. But you don't have to say that.
I'll think about it.
You'll definitely think about it.
Well, I overheard their conversations. I think it's probably a little bit more than just some funny little thing.
Okay, so as you walk a little closer, one of the vines grabs this Scar Kid and starts pulling him further and further in. And then this teacher takes a step back and says, "I tried to warn you, now you're gonna have to face the consequences." Now, it's at this... Do you want to do anything, Kalo? Like, you can't do anything, but... Do you want to say anything?
I was like, is he in danger?
Lyra just says he's about to find out. At that moment, Thorin and Black Runner, you guys reach towards the academy. More so coming this way, really. Like, this map doesn't go far enough, but...
Mhm.
Okay.
So Thorin and Black Runner are walking towards, and you see this go down. Gar just getting swallowed up by these things, just a vine grabbing his arm and pulling him deeper. And Lyra's just here with her arms crossed, watching it all unfold. Do you want to just leave that be, or...
Could I try identification of said plant?
Okay. Let me just pull out your sheet real quick. Okay, so you can roll either history or husbandry.
History, definitely.
Okay, roll 2d8.
Am I thinking that? There we go, not global. 12, or I guess, if history added on to that, it'd be 15.
Damn.
Okay, that's very good. Let me just... Okay, so history 15. You know these plants won't kill him. They might crush his bones, though. And the long-term damage of that would be daunting for him. But these creatures are not necessarily acidic, and they're not really capable of killing someone. So you can choose to leave him be, but they are hostile in that they exist to essentially stop things from moving past them. So that is what you know about them.
I see, I see. Is it possible to tell if the intent of this current plant is to break poor Gar's said internal bones here?
Okay, so here's what you do know. If you can relax your muscles, it will reduce the chances of him harming the person it's grabbing. You know that. The kid, as he's struggling very hard, obviously does not know that.
I see.
Alternatively, you also know that you can essentially, with your strength, you could probably cut these things down pretty easily since you're armed and he is not.
When you say cut down, do you mean like the whole plant I cut off, or?
You could do it one of two ways. One, chop off just what's grappling him, or you could cut it at what's essentially its spine to stop it from breathing. If plants can breathe. But yeah,
I see.
You got a pretty high roll for that, so you know a lot about this one.
Glad my history is actually being of effect here for once. I wish Pied had the information because
Yeah, Pied.
like abilities would help with this.
I could roll for my history as well. See if I can recognize these plants.
Okay.
Wait, because Pied, if I recall correctly, you do have the abilities to like calm things. Yes.
Yes. I can see potential outcomes with environmental effects, though.
Yeah, you can see environmental effects. You can actually, you can sort of calculate the movement of these creatures moving forward, even when you attack them.
Yeah. I can also give instructions to others for a bonus roll, but I don't know if this could apply here.
I mean, okay, because here the thing I'm thinking. Okay, you're probably more capable than a rat of calming a human, not human, but like a humanoid being down.
True.
So friend of man thing. Idea. you think you could calm, stop Man-Thing and Plants from struggling so much? Will cause dire consequences.
You
Yes.
see what I see too. Very well. Let us, very well. I shall help with that. Young man right there. Just relax. You will be fine. Do not struggle, for it will possibly cause slight bone damage. So if you relax, though, the vines will slowly become loose, and you will be free.
Alright. I'll give you an advantage for that, since you're both doing this together. Roll 3 8 dice, or 3d8 dice, you know. Roll 3, you know.
Alrighty.
Oh, and make sure I can see them, of course.
Here you go. 14.
Okay. Okay. That passes. Gar essentially not only relaxes and slows down a bit, but he also moves a little closer to it to kind of like get rid of any sense of hostility that he might be giving. The vines slowly unwrap around his hand, and just as it's loose enough, he sprints backwards to just get away from them, and also bumps into Kalo.
Hey, watch it, kid.
It's like, she's crazy. This whole school's crazy. Everyone in this city is crazy. And then he just walks off fuming. And Lyra over here nods her head, or shakes her head, and says, "The boy didn't have the guts for this place."
Well, it looks like we arrived just in time for a spectacle, but at least no harm, no foul.
That was pretty impressive.
Thank you. I see that you are a traveling associate here, or are you here for business with the Academy as well?
Really here to learn about what the Academy has to offer for me. I might have business for him.
So you're a merchant of sorts.
You could say that. A merchant of sorts. Yeah, what about yourself?
Very well. Well, my rat friend and I have been traveling to resolve some issues with regards to business, one could say, with our current tasks.
That's not vague at all. That's fine. That's your business.
Yes. Of course, we do not mind. Well, we are here for business with one of the Academy personnel. I see you're here as well for that, is for their attention, but very well. If we are both going to converse with this particular associate, let us travel.
Let's go. Let's go together. Let's just walk up there and see what happens.
Very well.
Alright, I guess we're gonna walk past.
Yep. Lyra doesn't mind you any attention, but she does say to all of you, it's like, by the way, if you're not here with a schedule beforehand, be prepared to pay the guard a lump sum in order to get through the door.
Lump sum, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Duly noted. Thank you.
By the way, there's been a money change. Before I said we were gonna do levels without actual amount. Now you are going to have levels. You're going to have quantity just like regular D&D, but how much you have determines what level of wealth you have. and the level is kind of just there to tell your, status. But we're going with like regular money now, so I'm gonna put the money you have right now, which in your case is, let's see, Gun God, you have $120. And Pied, you have $100.
All right.
Doodle, what you're likely level 4, so I'm gonna say $300 for you.
Alrighty. I'll write it in my character sheet.
Oh, okay, you got it?
I got it.
Okay. Okay. So, as you guys walk forward, you essentially see what seems to be like a man in like very clean clothes, very spruced up, and he just says, listen, listen, listen. I understand I've made mistakes in the past, but please, I just need to get my collections. And this creature over here makes like a clicking noise with its mouth. And he's like showing him a basket. And in the front of the basket, it says Academy Toll written clearly in the front of the basket. And the man in front of the enforcer essentially says, but you don't understand. All my money is in there. I can't get it unless I go inside first. I'll gladly pay one side. And then the enforcer just pushes him to the ground and he just kind of falls back on the ground. Like dirt all over him. Now. So, do you want to... Do you guys talk to this guy, or do you rather just try and ignore him?
I'd like to talk to the guy.
Okay. Okay. So, I'll say Thorin goes up to him. And Vivis, he essentially... Oh, what were you going to say, Pipe?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Vivis gets up, tries to clean himself up, and he says, are you guys going into the academy?
Well, yes. Quite the predicament that you are in. Something about collectibles needing to be retrieved?
Listen. I was expelled due to things that were not my fault at all. But I will accept that I cannot return. I just want my things back. I have essentially months of collections, months of paperwork that I need for my own benefit. And if you guys can manage to get in there and just pick it up and bring it to me right afterwards, then I promise you I'll pay you in a lump or something. Just anything you need. If you just bring it back to me, then I will be in your debt.
Wow.
I don't mind.
When you
doing
say
that for
you have... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I wouldn't mind helping you with that.
I too don't mind it as well. If it means covering our toll and a little extra, I don't mind providing my assistance for your needs.
Mm-hmm.
You see his mouth twitch a little. It's like, of course. It's the world we live in.
But of course, we all have to make sacrifices, but at least in our case, or in your case, it is but a minor one.
Okay. So, the enforcer, when you guys see how much the toll is, it is $20 per individual.
Ah, that's nothing.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Make sure you
Yeah,
lower
I'll
it.
happily go up there and pull out $20 out of my cloak and drop it in the little thing.
Mm-hmm.
I shall do the same.
Okay. To Ailey. Gun God 2?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say but after I do it, I wanted to do is I just wanted to turn to Vivis here, and only ask. Man thing, you must explain what collection do you desire us to grab? We need to know what item thing to look for.
He takes you to the side a bit and just asks, "My friend, be honest with me. Can you read?"
That's honestly a good question.
I can read for what it's worth.
Kalo,
Do we have...
Vivus makes it very clear that, like, based on his body language, he only wants to talk with Black Runner only.
Oh, okay.
So you notice this too, but
Alright.
but you can try and eavesdrop if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna eavesdrop.
Okay. In this case, you're gonna have to roll just perception. 2d8. I want so that you can see how much he whispers.
I'm honestly trying to think if like the rat should be able to read or not. I didn't consider this as a question ever.
I got an 8 plus. What's my perception? Alright, I got a total of 10.
Total of 10. Okay, you'll be able to hear half of what he says, and make out most of the rest.
Okay.
You know what? They were a spy before. They can read basic words. It's not fancy lingo. They can read rat. They can read rat, but they can't read human. That makes sense.
Okay. Then you can tell him anything you want though. You can tell him the truth that you can't read human, or you can lie to him and say that you do. If you lie, you do have to make a deception roll though.
I see. This one can read enough. But understand what I'm looking for. You see.
Vivis says, "I would rather you tell me that you can't read. Because you see, the documents that I have in my journal, it's very important that you don't look inside its contents. And I'll know if you've read it or not, so do me a favor, when you find what I ask you to, don't open what's inside."
No need to explain how these things work. Have done many contract job like this in the past.
Okay.
Truck understands your demands.
So he smiles and he looks really happy to hear that. And he says, "Inside one of my drawers, at this particular room number," and he kind of like gives you his paper to explain where it is in the building, "you'll find my desk. In the drawer, you'll find a journal, and inside is where all of my notes are that are vital for my survival in this city. Just collect this journal for me, and I'll promise to pay you extra."
It will be done. Yes.
Alright. Yeah, he nods and then leaves you guys be. Oh, Kale, did you want to catch him for anything, or just leave that as is?
I heard something about a journal in some office somewhere. Don't read whatever's in it. I didn't catch the rest of it. I assume I'll get more information from Black Runner.
Alright.
Leave him be.
Alright, so...
I go, how do you call it? As Black Runner walks up to me, or towards the entrance next to me, I casually say to him, You happen to know where we need to grab the contents for our clientele?
Oh, Black Runner?
Yeah. I just realized. I just realized.
Oh, let me rephrase. You happen to see or hear? You happen to know where we need to search for this client's possessions?
Yeah.
Black Runner?
Partially, yes, yes. The office, they said, of theirs. If not there, then perhaps Academy storage. If they are
Very
truly thrown out, expelled, tossed in with the rest of the other bits. Yes.
Very well. Let us continue with our main objective, and then we shall complete that task on the way out.
Alright.
All right, I want to say, let's head on in.
All right.
Take a look around.
Okay. So, first off, you essentially see the first floor of this building. Just gonna erase this. Darn it, how do I erase this? Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. Give it a minute. So, right at the very beginning of this entrance, you essentially see two students fighting each other with wands that have some sort of magical barrier effect. And they are essentially just hammering it at each other. Meanwhile, on the other side of this hall, like a crowd of students are essentially just cheering them on, just going, it's like, kill him, Zero! No, kill him, Zartha! And you can tell that they're all just, these two are just brawling using magical items, and the other students are essentially just cheering them on like it were a game of some sort. You can see that there's money on the line because there's like a pot of rewards there based on whoever they bet wins. What you also notice in the pot is a magical wand itself that has an electrical swirl pop crackling out of it. Whoever wins this game will get that wand. But overall, this is clearly a student activity that you guys don't have to participate in.
None of my business.
None of mine as well.
Anything about these two down here that makes them look distinguished at all? Do they look like they would be like students as well, or like are they wearing similar clothes?
There's a chance these aren't students, nor that they're mages. In fact, it's fully possible that they might have just taken some locals and pitted them against each other for the fun of it. You can see that they're all willing participants. That they're not forced by any design; they just want to win. So it feels very much like rowdy teenagers.
All right then.
Young'uns quarreling over the most minute of desirables.
Wow. True that.
So you guys just want to walk past this?
That's what I want to do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All of you roll dexterity.
Shit.
Oh fuck. D8s, right?
Yep, 2d8.
I got a total of 11.
Okay.
Well, was my dex added onto that?
8 plus 1, so 9.
Okay, so a barrier blast, like, it almost hits every one of you, but it just barely manages to, like, slide in between. You can sort of feel the rush of this telekinetic barrier pass you, but none of you got damage from it.
Nice.
and they don't even stop to notice you. In fact, one is like, "Get out of the way! We're in the middle of something."
Right here at the entrance? Fucking idiots.
Well, youngins these days, younglings these days, not sophisticated enough.
It's always
As
the
I-
young ones. If only someone could chop them down to size, you know? Okay.
Let's not continue with this.
Okay.
You're saying this to like the one character here who has like confirmed taken off multiple limbs this entire campaign.
Oh,
You're
that's
right.
true.
I think there's more sessions where Pied hasn't cut off something than sessions there are.
You're right.
Mhm. All right.
Tends to be a reoccurrence. Oh, go ahead.
All right. So now you guys head towards the next floor. Well, rather, this is all a building, but a lot of these buildings, you have to go upstairs to go to the next floor.
Mhm.
So, next up, you guys essentially see a library room. And you see two people arguing here. And Luca, they're both really in a low whisper, but you can also tell that it's kind of like an angry argument of some sort. But as far as you know, it's just a librarian speaking to a student. So, what you can hear is, "You get rid of her." "No, I'm not allowed to. Do you have any idea what happens if I go up there? Just leave her be." One's clearly distressed, the other is really trying to calm the other one down.
I'm gonna just try to eavesdrop, or try to hear a little bit more, but being discreet about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pretend to look at a book near them.
Okay.
You know what? Toss my head in the ring of trying to as well. Might as well make this profession be worth it.
You know what? I might just come sneak up around here,
I'm
around
just
the
gonna
book
be
corner, do the same.
See, I'm not gonna be stuff like Python. I'm just gonna be the rat.
You're just gonna rat.
Okay.
Just staring at them.
I'm not gonna do a perception check here. At least not yet. The conversation goes a little like this. You hear them say each other's name, and Luca essentially says, "Sparix, listen, a girl like her shouldn't be standing in school grounds. You don't think it puts the rest of us at risk?" And Sparix says, "Do you think I have the authority to kick her out? You take that up to the headmaster, if he even wants to speak to you. Either way, I'm not risking my skin to get someone else in trouble." And then Luca's like, "Think about what she's done already. It's already gotten worse with her here." And they continue back and forth about getting rid of the student. And as you guys, any of you guys who can see, actually, which one of you can see? Let's see. I'm gonna shrink your tokens for convenience sake. All of you guys who do manage to catch glances at them, you can see that they're looking over in this direction, directly at the one individual at the table.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Excuse me.
Kind of want to say, all of you roll stealth.
Very well. All right, I got 8 plus 2. Oh,
That would be 17 for me.
All right, looks like Black Owner got it.
Okay.
I ain't no rat for a reason.
Dulo, you roll stealth too?
Yes. Double roll that. 12 for me.
Okay. Let's see. This one's actually gonna have to go lowest this time. Because... Oh, it's actually both of you. Okay. So they hear... It's at this moment that Sparix notices that you guys entered her library. And rather than directly address you guys, she essentially just tells Luca to shut up. And then she says, "Excuse me, may I help you folk with something?"
Before we continue with the conversation, I just want a quick recap. We're here, just Black Runner and I are here for what again?
To look, to find the headmaster, and speak to him about if he knows anything about the All-Mother.
Ah, okay. I was just trying to remember that.
Mhm.
Alrighty then.
Alright.
Yes. I go ahead and just kind of walk towards them. And then I say, "Well, yes, I'm actually here on business with regards to talking. Rather, we're here on a task, and I need to speak with the headmaster of this academy for some important business."
Sparix says to them, "Yes, he's over at the Temple of Worship right now. You can find him at the shrine. He's up north. If he chooses to speak with you or not is going to be up to himself. Things have been very sporadic in the academy lately, so he might not choose to talk to you." And then Luca said, excuse me, by any chance, are you a witcher of some sort?"
So she notices the necklace.
More so, she notices that you might be armed. I'm not sure if you had the necklace hidden or not.
Yeah, I was sure if we have those still. We had them for the one like tower. That was it.
We still have them, but I kind of have it like underneath my clothes, so it's not noticeable.
Oh, okay.
But the necklace is like the actual like chain or something is on the neck, so it might be subtle enough if she is familiar with the designs. But it could just be any other necklace though. Let's see here. How should I answer this? I'm not really affiliated with them, but I'm like, you know what? Know what? I have an idea. Let's see here. No. I am but a traveling one. I am a traveler that happens to been given a task by one of my superiors that requires this conversation with the headmaster. I just happen to also be very fascinated with books, and I love to read various tomes and other interesting bits of history here and there.
Okay. Okay, so roll 2d8. I want to say charisma?
Oh yeah, charisma.
Yeah, because you're not lying either, so roll 2d8 charisma.
Oh, 17. 14 plus 3.
Okay. Okay, so she ignores you, or rather, she just nods her head and says, "That's a shame. I was hoping to get some help with something here." And then she points over to this individual over there. It's like there's someone in the library here that should not be here any longer. And I'm wondering if I should go there myself or whether I should ask someone else who's more qualified than me.
Now, what brings this particular decision, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, Kalo, do you wanna say anything too?
I'm just listening. I got my arms crossed, my hand on my chin.
Okay. Black Runner, anything on your end, or are you just listening too?
You know what? For me, And in what manner do you mean by remove, man thing?
Lucas says just remove. As long as it's not here, that's all that matters to me.
What trouble are they to you?
Have you ever heard of the Carnival?
No.
Carnival.
The Carnival is a crime syndicate group. They hide all across the streets of the city. And one of the biggest merchandise that they have is the selling of highly potent drugs. Ever since she came to this school, everyone's been buying up her products like there's no tomorrow. And I just want her gone before we're all here high, not studying.
So, if I'm hearing this correctly, you believe that this person is a drug dealer of sorts, and that they are jeopardizing this academy's performance with their drugs, and are just wanting someone to just remove them from the academy by any means, I take it?
Yes, at this rate I'm about to turn her into the Templars myself. But you know how they
what
handle witches.
proof do you have
What
about her perhaps being the dealer herself?
All I know is that it all started as soon as she started entering this library. I've been here. I grew up within these walls. I know when something is different because of someone, and it was because of her.
Could it perhaps be intertwined with others that have joined along with her? Perhaps.
Perhaps, but there's none other I can think of that could be the perpetrator. How else did these drugs get in here? And she...
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Hmm.
I say as I pretty much walk to Black Runner and Kato, and I say, you know, the best way of confirming is just by asking.
That's not a bad idea.
With some persuasion, or with some how do I say charisma in another way?
Like?
Okay.
Also, hey, Rar.
We could just talk to them.
Okay.
And I'll just start walking in that direction.
Very well. I'll let you be the handler of that.
Hello there.
Oh.
What's your name?
Okay. She looks up and you says, "Hi, I'm Arjon. Want some drugs?"
What?
I might actually want some drugs, yes. It might be an option for me.
That's great. Okay. So, immediately she takes out what looks to be like an entire set full of labels, And she pulls out one and says, okay, so this one will increase your muscle mass by 2%, which will at least give you a little extra strength for that next punch. For the big oomph, in case you're in sort of competition. Pulls out another one. This one dilates your eyes so that it slows your perception. Very good when you're trying to dodge people in the middle of battle. And then she takes out this one. This one is acidic spit, but it burns your throat a lot. Like, permanently. I actually don't recommend it, but it's surprisingly gets sold very well. I'm not sure why.
You get a lot of sales here at the academy?
Well, I mean, the academy has the wealthiest students, and only students are stupid enough to try these things. I'm just going where the market is.
Hey, Axel.
Go ahead.
I was a random question, Axel. Because they put out different vials than that. Something of mine that it just came to mind. Am I able to recognize at all if they are like legit drugs or if they're just like phony stuff?
I'm gonna say that you do have a knowledge of drugs. In fact, I'm seeing here that you only have 2. What's the word? Natural stunts. I think we should add a third one that says like a drug identifier. So my answer is yes, and what you can see is that 2 of the 3 are placebos. The strength and the athletic ones, it just makes them feel like they're super strong or super fast when they're not. It's just normal. And then the third one, the one that supposedly gives like an acid spit, it doesn't actually do that at all, but you can use it as an ingredient for other things you want to brew. And you can tell all this because it lacks a lot of the glow. Sometimes for the more magical drugs that are sold at a high price in the market, they're going to have certain properties that these do not have.
How much for the strength enhancer?
She looks up at you and says, how much you got?
I mean, I have quite a lot. What do you usually sell it for?
A lot. It's a lot. Like, $50?
Oh, that's not much at all.
$60.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a little too much.
$50.
You just said that.
That's not very much, though.
Deal.
Hold on, man thing. One of these procurements. This one can recognize your origin, yes. I can only wonder, where does one such as yourself get a supply like this?
So Arjun kind of just like wiggles her head. Yeah, I mean, I know some people. You know, there's just a guy I know. I don't know how I met him. We didn't even say hi to each other. He just gave me some stuff, and I've been selling it ever since. And now when I go to the same spot, he gives me more stuff without saying anything, and then I just sell it. You know, I kind of like the whole not talking part of this gig. You know, it's much better than my old job.
So he only sells you these enhancement drugs? Do you ever get anything that gets you high?
Actually, first, Kalo, roll 3d8.
Okay. 12.
12. Okay. Now, your profile says... Oh, can I read what is on your profile here?
Which part?
Just, the... right below your name?
The first one?
Yeah.
Yes, that I'm paranoid.
Well, after that.
Witcher Exile.
Yeah, so you're a Witcher Exile, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then. You know that what she just described is exactly how Witchers trade and barter objects among themselves. They do so in a way that is extremely discreet, that cannot be tracked back to themselves. You don't know what her connection is, but she's getting these supplies from a Witcher.
Damn. Okay. The Witchers, huh? So I guess I don't necessarily trust them, but what do I understand? Like, trying to think. Like,
You don't know what her participation in The Witcher is. You can ask her some questions. You can ask her some questions to find out.
okay, yeah. Quick question: what is your association with the Witchers?
The what now?
The Witchers.
She like slowly gets up and says, "I gotta go," and then she
I-
just walks down.
I'm gonna grab her.
She okay, she doesn't stop, and she says, okay, hold on, guys. I'll stop, alright? I'll get a clean slate now. I will not cause any trouble anymore. And she gives you guys a thumbs up. It's like, just, I'ma go.
1 second before you leave. Just tell us a little bit more about yourself. I'm not gonna harm you in any way. Just want to know, what is your association with the Witchers?
I want you to roll like intimidation of some sort.
You want me to roll?
Yeah, I'll let you use melee. Yeah, use melee for intimidation.
All right.
2d8.
That's a total of 12.
Okay. So she's a little shaky, but she says, okay. So I had a twin sister who was a Witcher who died. And now they think I am her. Which means they're giving me their supply thinking I'm her when I'm not. So yeah.
Are you in some? Do you think you're gonna be in some sort of trouble with them if they find out the truth?
Will I be? I don't know. I didn't even know Witchers were a
Yes,
thing.
I think you will be.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Is it bad that I've been selling this to the carnival?
What
You need
now?
to. You might need to go into hiding for a little bit.
And then she's like, okay. And then like she takes off like her bag and belt and just throws it on the table.
Wait.
You can keep that. I don't want it.
Wait. You need to be more discreet. I may have a solution for you. I know a place you can go to where no one will be able to find you. All right. And you may have to stay there for a little bit.
Only a little
You
bit.
okay with that? Everything you need will be taken care of for you there.
Okay, roll 2d8. I'm gonna say, what do you think this is? Charisma or deceive? How much do you believe that, Doodle?
This is... this is actually true, so I'll do charisma.
Okay.
Oh shit, 8.
He's like, I don't know. You're kind of a scary guy. All of you guys are, especially him. And then she points to Black Runner.
No. He may look dangerous, but he's actually a pretty charming fellow.
Yes, believe this. Friend of man thing here.
I say
Third
that
Chalk
with my
very
utmost
reliable,
charisma.
trustworthy. You can always rely on this one. Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
Listen,
Uh-huh.
out of the goodness of my heart, I will help you get to a safe place. If you can trust me.
Honestly, I think that would be like a disadvantage at this point.
Well, I'm being deceitful now.
Okay, well, now she really wants to get away and steps back even further. Can you let go? You can have my stuff. Are you mugging me? And she's trying to back off.
I mean, maybe.
You can
Well then.
you can push her into a portal if you'd like.
I was gonna. Fuck, man.
Low charisma roll, fortunately.
Just listen to me for a little bit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I can take you there immediately. I can send you there without anyone else seeing you. You're at risk right now, just being here. You realize that? Every person that sees you is gonna be another person who can identify you. You can't just run away from this place. You're gonna need a better way, and I have that option.
She asked what option.
I'll spend a fate point.
Okay.
I'll look over. I'll spend a fate point to open up a little portal right over here. I walk over here, and I open up a portal here.
Okay.
And inside the portal is a very cozy looking room with a fireplace and like a table, and there's like chairs, nice cushioned chairs. There's a big feast on the table, and in the corner in the shadows there's like a little bit of drugs.
What?
some vials, a nice comfy bed.
Whoa, that looks exquisite right there. Huh.
You just step in there, you'll be all taken care of. There's plenty of food, a lot of luxurious, comfortable things in there. You just stay in there for a little bit, and I'll be able to take you somewhere else, and I'll let you out whenever it's safe, in a place where none of these people will be able to see you.
Okay. Roll 2d8 charisma again with advantage. So
Do I
3.
roll an extra?
Yeah, 1 extra dice.
Okay. Okay, 15.
Okay, very good. And those were 8 dice, right?
Those are D8s, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I see it there. Okay. And she's like, and you sure? You are absolutely sure that it is cozy in there, right?
Well, follow me in. See for yourself. And I walk into the portal. I like wave her in.
Okay, she like takes a step inside. It's like, where are the walls?
The walls are made of wood.
Oh, okay.
There are walls. It's not an empty void.
Okay. Okay, just making sure. Alright, she's like, and how long will I need to be here?
I'd say a few days at least, but you could stay longer if you'd like. I mean, everything you'll need will be here.
Okay.
The food will replenish itself. That's how this little portal works.
Okay. Okay. So, but you'll let me know when it's safe, right? I don't want these witchers. I want them to think I'm dead.
Well, I don't know if they'll think you're dead, but it'll at least give you enough time and space to cover for your little disappearance. They'll have a very hard time tracking you at this rate.
Okay. Okay, she nods and accepts her fate.
All right, well, enjoy your time. I'll see you in about a week, and I close the portal as I exit.
A week.
And they're gone.
We didn't say oxygen exists there, right?
The contents of my little pocket dimensions can be whatever I want whenever I create it.
Okay.
I honestly didn't think that through, but they're in there now.
Okay. What?
Well, here's the thing: if you're inside of those pocket dimensions, nothing can ever escape, but things can go inside, right? That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
So I guess I just need. Oh, I can always create like tiny little mini portals if I wanted to give them oxygen if I wanted to.
Okay. Okay, okay. Well,
Kind of my thing.
I mean, another dimension, you can sort of assume there's a level of oxygen when you're using it, or when it exists.
Yeah, I can just have it so there's like infinite oxygen or something.
Yeah, I
Right?
mean, it would
Like
it would be like its own little planet, really.
okay, that's fine. Yeah,
But
we can just overlook that then.
um, so does she actually have food in there, or was that
Yeah.
an illusion?
So everything that's in there, I think we talked about it, where everything in there is real, but you just can't take it out. Anything that's in there can only
Okay,
exist in there.
so you can conjure things inside, but you can't pull it out.
Right, right.
Got it. Okay, cool. So that's a pretty good shelter for your stuff. You can have a whole town in there.
So
Maybe.
well, it's each dimension is 20 by 20 by 20 space, I think. And
Oh, okay.
that's
Oh, okay. So we
yeah,
did
yeah.
put limits. Got it.
hmm
All right. So
Well, that was quite the power you got there. Huh.
Yeah, it'll come in handy for me every now and then.
I
Well,
see. I
looks like we
take it
already
this
solved
is.
that little problem.
I take it this is your means of storing all your possessions. I take it.
Yeah, and I open up like a little mini portal that pulls out my sword,
Ah, that is
Like,
very
yep.
convenient.
So
and I sheath it back in.
while they talk, I loot the satchel, Axel.
oh, okay. Right.
Nice.
All right. So what you start to see is the real shit. Actually, let me just look up Witcher gear real quick, cause I have that somewhere.
Oh shit. The fuck?
Okay, so a good one you have is Drakeskin gauntlets, and what you can do with this is you can actually replace some of the gems on like the top of the gauntlet to mimic certain elemental powers. Unfortunately, she did not have any of those gems at the moment. You could probably assume she sold most of them. But if you can find some gems for these gauntlets, it will allow you to like mimic electricity, fire, wind, things like that. That's the biggest one.
Oh, that's cool.
After that, you get sort of a mixture of ingredients that can sort of serve as brewing for alchemy. But you would have to essentially find a lab to try and brew some things, and when you're there I can give you an idea of like whether your rolls are successful or not based on the ingredients here.
You know, actually, I recall from sessions a while ago when we were in the city, we met, or at least I met an alchemist. So this could be at least valuable.
Would also be sold at a high price.
Not only sold, but can get the good things mixed up.
Yeah. Alright, so that's the gist of
But
it.
that's so basically just the various ingredients, the false drugs, and then Witcher Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes. Alright.
Alrighty.
You
I
got
Say, well, that's
rid of
taken
her.
care of. I guess we can notify our
Hmm.
the librarians here, and then just be on our
Maybe-
way.
Yeah, I mean, explaining how they disappeared might be a little complicated.
Let's just say that they snuck out.
Sure. If you think you can convince them.
I'm sorry. Can you say it again?
Yeah, if you can convince them that, then
Oh yeah, I can. I'm good. I hold on. Let me rephrase here. I talk a mean game. I know
Sure.
what I could do. I know what I can say.
I
Much
believe
talk
it.
speak must not be required. They only care about their removal. Yes, yes, not the
Yeah.
Very
method of
well.
it.
Very, very much so. That's all it takes.
All right then.
Alrighty. So, we found out and have verified that she was the dealer, and we persuaded her to never come back to the academy. And we persuaded her very, very well, if you know what I mean. I say with a gesture.
Roll 2d8. Charisma.
What does that mean?
Yeah, with it, yeah,
11
very
plus
well
3.
with a gesture. What kind of gesture?
I
Important.
kind of like indicate that we threatened her. That's what I mean.
Okay, 2, 3, 8 plus 3. Sparix, she kind of like covers her mouth. It's like, you killed her?
What? No, we just literally just told her to leave the academy, and she more or less, like, how do you say, she snuck out. We more or less convinced her to grab her whatever she had and then just leave.
Luca said, well, about time she's gone. Maybe now some order and peace can finally come back to this school. It's so exhausting hearing all the other people get high every night.
I'll speak up.
To each their own.
I'm not gonna lie. This place doesn't seem very stable. If it only takes one little drug dealer to throw this place into chaos.
Well, I have you know that we do our best here, but every once in a while there are just some bad eggs that come walking along. And this is why we need to have more rules, more guards in place, get more enforcers in here to try and strong arm people into doing what they're told.
Hmm.
Well, good luck with that. Be
Yes,
on our
yes.
way to
Oh,
the headmaster.
All very important. Now, I must
Now.
ask something in return for completion of such task requests.
In return, why, you served the academy. What better reward is there than that?
Many, many things for one such as Thaktrock, but I only ask for information in return. Yes, yes.
So Sparix asked what kind of information.
Do you know anything of a recent man thing thrown out expelled from such a place?
And Sparix says, you're talking about Vivis?
Alright, that dude.
Yes, yes.
Wore a long red scarf? Yes, we know him. He was expelled for killing his academic partner in one of his experiments. Although we couldn't prove that it was intentional, it was enough to get him expelled. And Luca says, I think he was part of the carnival. How else can you be so apathetic when your best friend dies?
Oh, so it was a close friend of his that perished in the experiment.
They both enrolled at the same time, and Vivis was there when he died. But the odd thing is, he didn't seem any remorse, no mourning, no grief. I think he wanted him dead. I'm not sure why, but it has to be something to do with carnival politics.
Yes, yes, all very important. Could you tell Thaktrock here, where their belongings office may reside in such a place.
She points down the hall and says, "Go straight forward, then to your first right. It's at the very end of that hall." So it would be, yeah, like once you guys go up here.
I see. Doctor, thanks you for such information. Must be on our way now, and thing.
Yeah, she does. The pleasure is mine.
Hey,
Ooh.
Axel.
Yeah.
Do I have the high enough charisma to just casually say to Asparix and Luca, "You will forget this conversation," as I wave my hand in front of them?
God damn it, bud.
I kind of want to rework your powers to just go full blown Jedi, but if you use a fate point, you can tell them that, and they'll choose not to talk to people about it.
You know, I'm very tempted. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use
Okay.
a fate point, and I'm just gonna casually just go. You will forget this conversation, and as I wave my hand in front of them, and then I walk away.
They both nod
Same.
their heads like, "Yeah, we know what you mean." Yeah.
All right, we're good.
All right. Let's go. All right. So now you guys are essentially what's equivalent to the dormitories, and you guys see all the rooms going forward.
Yeah.
You notice this winged person here.
Mhm.
Something you guys notice is the pendant around her neck. She is a Templar, and she is essentially there to enforce the rules. She sees you guys going through, and she asks, "Are you 3 students here?"
No, I don't believe so, no.
She says, "Well, alright then, just don't enter any of the dormitories and we won't have any issues here."
Yeah, sure.
We're
Wasn't
actually
planning
here
on
on
it.
business with the headmaster. Well,
Mhm.
I am. Our friend here, my new acquaintance Kato, is looking to speak with him as well for business-related conversations.
She says, "Ah, very well then. I'll lead you to where he is. The sooner you can speak to him, the sooner you can leave."
I subtly, now, how do you call it? I kind of look at Black Runner and kind of give him a nod. That's subtle enough that Fair doesn't notice. To indicate that he can do what he wants here
Ah.
as we follow Fair.
Yeah,
Alright,
lead the way, Fear.
That's all you need to
Or
tell
lady.
Black Runner.
alright. So, Fear is going to lead you guys here. Now, Black Runner, the direction was straight ahead, first right, room straight ahead, so it would be this one.
Alrighty, I'll just only. No, I'll wait till they're gone. I'm gonna wait until they properly leave. Just, yeah.
Okay then, at this point she actually runs forward and she asks them, "I will tell them that you're here to meet him. Is there anything in particular that I can tell him to explain your presence here?"
Let's go with Kato's explanation.
Alright, what was that?
Let's go with Kato's discussion, or what he's here for.
Yes, a very lucrative opportunity from the fuck. It's very discreet, but it'll be very worth their while.
Ah, may I ask, is it political or mercantile?
Mercantile, it's a business opportunity.
I see. Very well then. I will go speak to him. And then she goes forward and leaves you guys here. Alright. Black Runner.
Yes.
First, why don't you... Do you have machine? Yeah, mechanics. You don't have mechanics. But, roll 2d8 because the door is locked. See if you can pick it.
Okay.
Wouldn't picking locks be under dexterity?
In this case, we'll be using mechanics.
Oh, okay.
Is it normally in 5e dexterity?
10.
Usually.
Oh, okay. 10. Okay. Fortunately, it's not enough, but you can break through it. That being said, though, you hear someone inside the room as you try to pickpocket it.
Can I do a perception roll to try to figure out, like, what's going on in the room?
Yeah, roll perception, and... Yeah, roll regular perception.
Okay. Because I figure I could get the +1 bonus here from the focus profession and that. So that would be at least +4 to that. So that would be 17.
Okay, yeah, 17. You essentially hear someone opening all the drawers, looking underneath everything, and you can even hear them whispering. It's like, "Where is it? Where is that book? I need that book. Where'd that bastard hide it?"
Now, what's the best way to approach this? I'm just weighing my options here. I can either, I mean, a stupid yet viable option would just be straight up knocking on the door.
That's actually pretty stupid, but also, like, probably the best.
I
thing
mean,
you could do.
That's my like one thought because like
You could pretty much act like the enforcer.
that was kind of my idea. So you know what? Let's. I'm not seeing any other sneaky options here because I couldn't lockpick it. And there's no other ways into the room, to my knowledge, at least. You know what? I give it a quick few knocks, Axel.
Alright. You knock, and everything stops. And you hear someone on the other side of the door. It's a her. She says to you, "Who is it?"
Just with another just knock.
He just knocks again?
No, other thing with another like as I'm knocking. Academy Enforcer, hearing much sound from supposedly locked off room. What is going on in there?
I'm just changing. Just give me a minute and I'll open the door for you. You hear a window getting open.
Damn. Well, now I can't really.
I think at this point, Kalo and Thorin, you guys can go down there now, because the enforcer is taking a bit of time to talk to the headmaster.
Yeah, because by myself, I'm not sure what to do here. I was hoping, I didn't know there'd be a window.
Isn't this like the second floor?
I guess it's better to describe it as you hear another door being opened,
Ah,
but almost like it's heavy and requires some struggling to pry it open.
Now,
okay.
I really don't want to have to bust down the door, because if we do that, it's not gonna look good for us. Like,
Oh yeah.
I recognize that busting down the door is the very wrong option here, because it's gonna be like when we talk to the head, the head of this place, be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Any suggestions from fellow party members?
You know,
The
one
rats had a bit of a block here.
one thing that comes to mind when the enforcer gets back, we could just be like, "Hey, we heard some noises coming from one of those rooms. Is there anyone supposed to be in there?" And then, of course, as they realize, wait a second, that's a closed off room, and then from there, they can notify, or they could probably be distracted and just notify the higher ups about that, tell us to stay put, and then from there, Black Runner can actually find what we're looking for.
I mean, yeah, but what I'm worried about, though, is the individual in here potentially already having something.
Ah,
That's my worry.
I see.
Because everything in this room is of value at this moment.
I could do something subtle. I could use my lightsaber and just turn it on right at the lock, so that it's just a tiny little hole, or sorry, it's just a hole that's been pierced, which will destroy the locking mechanism, thus allow us to open the door. And the enforcer won't notice until after the fact, when we're done.
You know what? This does give me ideas we can do. Do it.
Very well. Oh, well, you trying to get into through the door, Black Runner?
Target item in here. However, another thing inside moving.
Let us be quick then. I take out my
Yes,
lightsaber
yes.
and I position it so that when I use it, it makes a hole through the locking mechanism and allows for us to open the door. I want to see if that works.
All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have you roll a straight 2d8 to see how subtle it is.
11.
11. Okay. It's enough for the door to casually open, although the lock is now essentially destroyed. There's a bit of a marking on it, but you'll only notice it once you're actually looking to fix the lock.
Alright.
Now, inside, you see a girl with what looks to be ghouls,
Ghouls.
like spinning and dancing around her back. And she says, "What do you want?"
I guess the better question is, what do you want?
You're like, damn, look at those ghouls.
Oh, that's quite the ghoulish look you got there.
Okay.
I say that with like the utmost charisma.
I feel like you should roll charisma for that.
Fuck it. 9 plus 3, 12.
Oh, how very clever. Vivis did me wrong. I'm here to collect.
Wait, Vivis? Are you perhaps the deceased student?
He was my brother. And then she like pulls up a journal. And with this I'll be able to avenge him. And she dashes towards you guys. Roll 2d dexterity, all of you.
Oof.
You said 2d8
2d8,
as
yep.
usual? Okay.
5 for me.
Total of 19 for me.
That would be a 16 from me.
Alright.
She went straight for me, fuck.
Yeah, you guys get out of the way. But her... So, when her body hits you, every ghoul at her back rushes through your body, and memories of your dead village, every face of every person you knew and loved, you see their faces screaming and dying at you. And she pushes you to the ground and runs past you. You take... Let me roll that for her. Alright, you don't take any damage from that one. So, she runs...
I take some emotional damage.
You take some emotional damage.
Alright.
Yes. And...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is initiative now. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, I actually had the idea of, can I, because I have one of them in my collections here, can I try to throw one of my plant vials onto them?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot what the... Your plant vials...
Those, to my knowledge, when I recall, is basically it makes any kind of plant that does something in the area almost like, you know, be attracted or focus that person.
Yes, you can throw that.
Alright, what do I roll?
You roll shoot.
What's my shoot? Okay, I have 2 shoot.
I would like to use my
9.
my tactician skill to help him with that.
Okay, I'm gonna say you're disoriented from the last attack, though.
Damn. Okay, never mind.
Also, we can use the last rolls. Who rolled higher last time, Kalo or Blackrunner?
Kato rolled higher than I did. By
I
2.
rolled a 19.
Yeah, I had a 16 or
Okay.
16. Yeah, so 3 actually.
I rolled, this is for initiative, right?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna use Thorin. We're gonna use your last roll as initiative. So.
Okay.
And Thorin. Got it. Okay. Oh, damn it. This always happens. Hold on. There we go. What? Very good. Okay, very good. So, let's let Kalo go first. What do you want to do, Kalo?
Fuck. I don't really want to spill any blood here. I guess I'll unsheath my weapons. Out for my cloak.
Okay. Do you run and attack?
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you want to roll for grapple?
Roll for grapple? and take the brunt of those ghouls? I don't know.
I mean, it depends how, psychologically stable your character is. That's up for you to decide.
We would always use the how do you call it, non-lethal attacks.
Non-lethal slashes of my swords.
Oh, you just hit him with the blunt end of your sword.
Normal.
Yeah, I could use my pommel. That'll do it. Yes, I'll punch Quintus in the face with my sword.
Do the you can do the like giga move where you, because the sword is an actual tactic. You just screw off the pommel and just toss it. There you go.
Defile my sword like that. I have two swords, so I can't really do much with
It's not
my hands.
defiling it. If you screw off the pommel, it'll be fine. You can just toss it off and screw it back on there afterwards. A lot of them have a threaded.
Yeah,
pommel.
I've seen that on a video before. I'll just go up and punch him.
But
Fuck it.
hold on, but Doodle, did we ever address if you could put a portal in front of someone?
I have to draw the portal with my hand or with
Right.
my sword.
Okay, cool.
So I can't just put it behind them if they're on the other side of me or whatever, you know?
Right, okay. Cool, so you're just going non-lethal pummel on them.
Yep, going straight for the face.
Okay,
Yeah.
2d8 melee.
2d8. That's a 6 total.
Shit, that was really bad.
Your
Alright.
modifier is better than your dice roll. That's really bad.
Yeah, so, I don't know what your background is, yo.
Ex-Witcher, remember, trained in 2-sword combat. So maybe I punched twice, you know? Give him 1-2.
Okay, so the ghouls shift around your face. And what you see is every person who's ever loved you essentially just yelling at you how much they despise you and how they wish you were dead. Several of these people are begging for you to drop dead and die. And at the end of this vision these ghouls give you, you see your own funeral. And no one is mourning your death. And then she runs forward.
That sucks.
You're gonna take some damage from that one. And this is I'm giving you 3 damage for that one.
3 damage?
Okay, 2 damage.
Okay. That was easy.
Goddamn.
Okay. Ouch. Yeah, I don't know if this is worth it, guys.
It's okay. Look, if the cards are right and this vial hits, we shouldn't have to worry too much anymore. But I am hoping to the RNG gods above.
I'm currently dazed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess yeah, if it'd be my initiative now, I
By
try to.
the way, if my descriptions are too bad, feel free to just say red card, and I'll tone it back a lot.
It's okay.
Mhm.
But mine was okay.
So I attempt to throw the plant vial at Quintus here as they flee.
Alright, let's hope this does something. 2d8, shoot.
2D shoot. All right, here we go.
No.
That's 5. It's literally 5.
Damn.
I was gonna be a bargaining chip. Damn it.
No, you hit it right towards here, which causes a little splash. I'm gonna draw a little splash here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Causes a little splash here. You see from the ground some vines rise up and like dislodge a lot of the tiles. This is now going to be a really hard. You're gonna have to do like an athletics check to like get past this part now.
Oh, I didn't know they did that. Oh.
Yeah, it was You know what? It's only fair that I roll how if this can be a negative effect. So let me just roll for that.
I thought it was like
Oh.
it makes sentient. It's like sentient plant or like go after them. Like if there was plant vines, they'd go after them. Oh boy.
Okay, so yeah, that's definitely a negative effect. I just rolled to see if it was like gonna be negative or neutral. Yeah, so it's negative effect there.
The consequences of my actions.
The dice gods are not kind to any of you guys today. She
Like
walks.
It's like this is supposed to be like a continuation arc. Goddamn.
All right. Do you guys want to try attacking them again?
I'm too dazed and feeling serious emotional damage from that, but also like shaking out. How do you call it? Getting out of the daze at the moment. Like, I'm gonna just say that I come back to my senses, but then I just realize what just happened, and I get really pissed off. But at the same time, I see what happened with the vines, and I'm like, I go, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I see the vines, I still see Quintus, they're running away. I get pissed, I'm like, you're not getting away this time! And I bring out my lightsaber. I'm gonna use a fate point and use my power.
Okay. So
I don't know.
gonna lower your fate points to by 1. Hold on. Oh, we don't use dashes anymore. Hold on, let me just fix that up. Okay. So I will say dash and attack.
Okay.
Move forward. Interestingly, when these vines chase after you, your feet touch the vines and you essentially use it as momentum to run forward even further. So roll 2d melee, 2d8 for melee.
Well, I was about to kill them accidentally, but looks like I just saved them because now it's 6 plus 4, so 10.
Okay, so what happened here was you almost had a perfect hit, but then the ghoul flashes in your face the face of your previous fiance. What was scary about this one was it wasn't just your previous fiance, it was your previous fiance dead. And that disorients you enough to miss the attack, but it does make Quintus like roll back and tumble over against this wall. Alright.
Okay.
Let's see. Next up, Kalo, your turn again.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, not feeling too good right now. Another hit like that, and I'm most certainly not going to be able to have a conversation with anybody here. Yeah, I'm not sure.
You can disengage.
I think I might just turn and walk this way.
Okay. Disengaging. Black Runner.
Just backing up.
Alright. Black Runner, what are you gonna do?
Am I able to use my ability to kind of dash and get closer to Quintus here?
Yes, you can.
Okay, because what I would like to attempt to do now, third time's a charm, right?
Yeah.
So, if anything, if possible, I would like to use my ability to get at least kind of close to them and
Okay.
just trying to trip them.
You can actually go right next to her if you'd like. Cause as she looks up at you guys, this whole hall is her line of sight, so you can just drop right to her side.
Okay, because if they're looking this way, like, you know, like our way, and that, if anything, I would like to just try to, like, I mean, do you have an indication if they're gonna run right or left?
Definitely south,
Okay.
cause that's where the exit is.
In that case, if anything, like I said, I would like to try and go to here and trip them up. Like,
Okay.
you know, basically, just I'm there and then just leg.
All right. Roll 2.
Power of the.
Do you want to try grappling her to like hold her down?
Oh, I just want to make them fall over.
Okay. She's kind of already on the ground, tumbled after Thorin's attack, but she's just about to get back up.
Oh, she's already on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, in that case, if anything, is it possible? I guess if it's like.
Do you have another one of those bottles?
I do. I have 2 more actually. 'Cause my only plan would be if like. Can I try to, like, kick them a bit so they stay down as I draw another vial and like kind of hold it above, not throwing it, but you know, like almost like threatening to throw.
I'm imagining you like putting your foot on their chest
Yeah,
and then
that's yeah.
pouring the vial on them.
Oh, I'm not pouring it. I'm just threatening to pour it.
Oh, okay.
Because I need information.
Roll 2d8 physique. They'll also count as your intimidation.
That's 10.
Okay. Okay, so... Okay, it works. So first you put your foot on their chest, and the ghouls rush towards you immediately. What you see is a pile of dead rat folk like yourself. It's a massive pile of corpses, and you're at the top, everyone below you is dead. You look around, and entire fields are filled with the dead bodies of your people, with humans hunting you guys like pests. And all you see is yourself being the last of your kind alive. But you shake it off, and you can see her very clearly. What do you say to her?
If there's a glass vial here hits you, a much worse fate awaits you if you are to fall into the hands of the enforcers here.
She struggles, but she doesn't say anything. The ghouls kind of subside a little further inside. Like, you can still see a ghastly figure coming out from her back, but they're not attacking you as much. And then she says, Vivis is part of the carnival. He killed my brother. This is my way of getting vengeance for him.
Hey, actual question. Were we described a bit about the carnival by the syndicate?
As far as you know, it's just like another syndicate faction. And based on their name, they're very much a sort of entertainment type of figures. Think Harley Quinn. And they essentially roam about the streets, almost pretending to be peasants, and they participate in a lot of gang activity, and they've gotten stronger over time.
All right, 'cause I wasn't sure if they were part of the topic. I remember when we walked in, I swore I heard them mentioned when we walked into the one syndicate hall, and they were like the topic of what was going on around the place a little bit.
Yeah, it
Oh
was.
yeah.
Yeah, they were essentially like a rising gang that was ruining things for other syndicate factions, not respecting any of their bylaws and their power balances. So,
Hmm.
yeah, she's essentially just told you. What do you guys want to do with them?
Well, first things first, I'm going to just shake off the traumatizing effects. Still pissed off, but at the same time I'm like more. But I see that Black Runner has restrained the girl, and so I walk up slowly, but with my lightsaber ready at hand, and just pretty much holding position as I let Black Runner do the talking. I also look back to see if Kato is like still with us, but I say, he's probably he's probably dealing with other things. I'll just let it be for now. And of course I look at Quintus, I say, you have a terrifying power that I despise with my whole being. So what makes you what can you say to me to suggest that that won't happen again?
She says, I can't turn it off, and I didn't choose my power. Sorry for existing.
And then from there, I guess I calm down a bit, but still still at the standby position.
Okay.
And I say to her, so you're unable to control it, eh? Well, that's unfortunate to hear. But that's still not. But it's still. Okay, hold on, Sorry. That is a terrifying powers. But I understand if you're unable to control it. Which
Okay.
means you may need a guidance for that. I won't be able to provide you with it, but I may know someone for that. However, that's besides the point. So you're here to avenge your brother, eh?
She nods.
Well, this Vivus person just so happened to try to enter the academy for that journal that you have in your hand. What it's interesting to me that this journal holds a high value. What's inscribed in there that could possibly warrant such importance to this peculiar individual?
She opens the journal, and it shows you names on the journal. Inside are the factional warlords of the carnival. It shows a description of all of their powers, some foot soldiers that they have underneath them, how they function, and then she says, this is actually my brother's journal. He was investigating the carnival before he was killed by Vivus. These are his notes. This is how you can take down the carnival.
I see. Well, Black Runner, this may actually be of value much more, or this journal may be of much more value to us than to Vivus.
Yes, this one also recognizes such value of information. However, Thackchalk is curious what one such as yourself wanted to do with this journal of sorts.
Quintus said, well, I had two options. Either give it to the Templars and hope that they could do something about this, or give it to an enemy faction so that they could take care of the carnival. I hadn't quite decided yet.
Well, the carnival is syndicate business, as they are not abiding by the regulations and etiquettes that are being followed by the others. So this may prove valuable for our grand meetings between the factions, and thus allowing us to dispose, if not dismantle such a group. Frankly, I know it's not our business, to say the least, but it does help to not have to deal with an unruly group such as them for our business, eh, Black Runner?
Yes. I see it as way we can climb higher in Clan Syndicate, achieve much better status, yes.
This could be beneficial to us, and you, Quintus, are the key to our success.
Alright, Caleb, do you want to get into that conversation?
Yeah, I noticed the action's been calmed down, and I walked down over here.
Okay.
I didn't really hear everything they were saying, because I was a little bit away, but...
If anything, at this point, I would just want to stow away the vial now.
Okay.
Because that's not gone, but
Then you still have to. Alright, can we, call this a good end of the session for today? Even though we kind of hit the 2 hour mark for the most part.
oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
Good
Here,
cliffhanger.
I have